Hey everyone. All right, so in this video, let's talk about Bob Chapek. He's currently head of Walt Disney Parks and Resorts, and a rumor came out a few days ago that he is a strong contender for Bob Iger, current CEO of the Walt Disney Company, a contender to succeed Mr. Iger. Now, immediately, the rumor was met with a lot of worry and a lot of anger and angst online. You know, there's a lot of fans that are really concerned about Bob Chapek taking over as the Walt Disney Company CEO. And I'm here to kind of, I don't want to say reassure, but I'm here to kind of give you guys something to think about in terms of having an open mind in regards to Mr. Chapek. So this is the situation when it comes to like executives. Anytime you have an executive that's working under somebody else, so whether it was Bob Iger working under Michael Eisner or whether it's Bob Chapek working under Bob Iger, you have this dynamic where the underling, which in this case would be Chapek, is trying to impress his boss. Okay, so Bob Iger has a vision, and Chapek is going to go along with that vision to essentially win like brownie points for his boss and move up that corporate ladder. So just like you at your job might not agree with every decision your boss makes, you're going to follow through with the vision of your boss to A, keep your job, and two, to look good to your, you know, in the eyes of your boss, right? So Chapek is no different. So he might disagree with much of what Iger is doing, but he's gonna have to play ball to keep his job and to move up. I remember very vividly when Michael Eisner was the CEO, a lot of fans accused Bob Iger of being essentially an Eisner clone. And you know what? When he worked under Eisner, he essentially was an Eisner clone because he had to play ball. But once Iger got the CEO position, he became a very different leader than Michael Eisner. For better or worse, his management style is very different. Michael Eisner was, I would say, an isolationist. Okay, he didn't really work well with others. You know, he fought with Pixar, he fought with multiple executives, he was a micromanager, he wanted to get in to every little nook and cranny. Okay, that was Michael Eisner's leadership style. He didn't work well with others. He wanted to be king of the kingdom and didn't want a whole lot of outside forces to deal with. Okay, now when Bob Iger took over, his management style was completely opposite. Bob Iger not only enjoyed working with other entities, he thrived on it. Okay, so when he came in, what did Bob Iger do? He immediately bought Pixar, then he bought Marvel and Lucasfilm, and he took these elements and he bought the talent, and then he stepped back. He didn't micromanage. Bob Iger's style is different than Eisner's. He does not micromanage. He buys up the talent, he works out these partnerships, and then he steps back and lets them do their job. Okay, very different style than Michael Eisner. But you didn't know that when Iger worked under Eisner because he had to play ball and be an Eisner clone to win favor from his boss. That's the same dynamic that could be happening here with Bob Chapek. Everyone's concerned that Bob Chapek is like super focused on IP and franchise. Again, that might not be Chapek. That might be Chapek trying to win over his boss, Iger. So until Bob Chapek becomes the CEO, which I think he will, it's looking pretty likely, we really won't know what kind of leader Bob Chapek is. So let's have an open mind. Let's see. Let's give Chapek the benefit of the doubt and assume the decisions that he's making right now are to impress his boss. And let's see what kind of style Mr. Chapek brings to the table when he is the top dog and he has control over the company. And mind you, he could be a disaster, okay? Bob Chapek could literally be a terrible CEO. I hope he's not, but he could be. But he could also be great. And he can also move the company away from franchises and put more original ideas in the theme parks and what have you when he's in control. It's a possibility. So let's give him a shot. Again, these executives are all yes men when they work under somebody. And their leadership style might be completely different when they're the top dog. So let's all keep that in mind when we're considering Chapek as Disney CEO. So those are my thoughts on this whole Chapek thing. What are your thoughts? Do you like the idea of Chapek? Do you not like the idea of Chapek becoming the CEO? Are you kind of like me, just kind of having a wait and see mentality and having open mind and seeing what he does with the company? What are your thoughts on this? It's very important. Whoever becomes the CEO is going to set the vision for the entire company. It's extremely important. So comment below. I love to hear from you guys. Thank you all for your support. I appreciate it. I do content on Disney all the time. And as always, have a magical day.